We're just going to do the side bend a little bit as you're lying there, and I'm lying here early this morning. I have to wake up before the sunrise to make these videos because the light looks better with it dark in my building. So here it is, it's 4 in the morning. I really like making these videos for you because you can free yourself. And are you going to practice and do something to actually get unstuck from how you might be really stuck? We're looking at the sides of the body. And we're saying, okay, is there a tension difference between the sides? Use the right pillow for you, right amount of pillow for you. We want to not be hunched over. People think, oh, I'm going to use less pillow. And then let's say someone's hunched over right here, and then they put their head back. The neck has to do all that bending. No, we want the front to be able to open, the neck to be relaxed. Use enough pillow that your neck can truly be relaxed. What's the difference between the sides? Gentle breath into one side. Gentle enough that you can see what place moves, where's there a little bit of constriction. As you breathe those side ribs out toward that arm on one side. And gentle breath just as gently to the second side. As you breathe against it, is the constriction more from the front of the body? Is it more from the back of the body? And breathe back into the first side. Okay. For me, it's typical. It's always a little bit. My scoliosis that I've worked really hard to teach my brain out of the scoliosis habit, it likes to run. It's where it's good at running. It's the habit. Your brain learned it. And the way the nervous system works is what you do, it gets better at. Let's do the side bend. We're going to do both sides, but first I'm going to just do the side I need it on. I have a lot of videos on the side bend. The hands lift the head. Gentle. It's not a big neck movement. I'm pulling the armpit down toward the hip. And if you know the side bend already, well, great. We're just going to go into it. Let it open, and I take away the pillow, and don't stretch the arm too much. Let the hand position on the head is defined by the shoulder. My neck can let the head go down, but my shoulder is a little bit tight today, so because these ribs are pulling it down. That gentle breath in, come up. Can you tune into the ribs pushing into the body? Notice more and more of you presses down into the mat as these ribs pull and lift the elbow and lift the hand that lifts the head. And then I'm just going to add to it a little bit of the waist closing on up. When I was breathing in, I could see it's a little more in the front for me, so I'm going to curl up a little bit. Open out of that, just slowly. Is it your will at every moment to lower out of that? Just slow, 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 slow. And I can even feel a little bit I'm stretching. Back off the stretch. Don't stretch it open. Stop stretching. Stretching is confusing the system. Get out of the main pattern that you're stuck in. My system likes to have closed ribs, okay? I can pull these ribs to this hip, the upper hip, or I could pull the ribs down to the lower hip, push my ankles into the floor. That's the inner X movement. You could check out my videos about the inner X for the S-shaped scoliosis, how the line pulls diagonally through the body. And come out of that easy. Just go at your own pace. Go at your own pace. Doesn't even have to be crazy slow. I'm going to focus in on it here with you. A gentle breath in. On the exhale, it doesn't have to be a big lift. Less lift, more closing the ribs. Close the ribs. Upper hand is holding the back of my head. Open slowly out of that. Breathe it open, breathe it open. Breathe into the place that needs a lesson on how to open. Don't force it, but claim it. That's your space. Are you going to believe it? Are you going to own it? Are you going to show your brain that that's your entitlement? That's your right to have that space. As I'm closing up, I'm saying, okay, what are the places that I can push my side down into the floor? Just easy, easy. Find the place that's hard to feel. Tighten the place that's hard to feel. When I say connect the dots, that's what I mean. Find the place that's hard to feel. In that field of tension sensation, find the place that's hard to feel. Tighten that spot more and open out of that. So that can the brain learn to open that spot that doesn't quite know how. Can you show your brain how to open that place? Easy. Let's make it even more complex. But let's think about the X of the side. Its shoulder pulls back through the body toward the back pocket, and the back pocket pulls toward that front collarbone. Twisting side bend of shoulder going back pocket coming forward, and have this diagonal across the side of the body. Well, yeah, there is a diagonal. Let the shoulder come forward as the back pocket goes back. It's like, oh man, I'm sort of stiff that way today. Who would have thunk that? A twisting side bend. Just hold the head. It's the ribs, it's the torso. Head's just resting on my hand right here. Just be softer, easier. Softer, softer. Shoulder comes forward as back pocket goes back. That diagonal. Let's think about the back of that upper shoulder pulling toward your front pocket. Shoulder comes forward, front pocket goes back. Just work it out. I'm using my elbow, pushing down into the floor. My head's just resting on the elbow. It's a rib movement. The back of the shoulder goes back as front pocket goes forward. The X of the side. Yeah. It's complex. You have an X on the front, the back, and the sides. The twisting possibilities, that's it. Back of shoulder comes toward front pocket, opening slowly. Beautiful. Front of shoulder goes toward back pocket. Yeah. Open out of that. Great. The X of the side. We're doing something cool. Lie down on your back. Breathe into the side. The side we just did. Try that. Back off the effort. How softly could you breathe into it? In your mind, sort of travel from front of shoulder through that side to that same side back pocket. Front of shoulder to the same side back pocket. Look through that line in the body. Think back of shoulder toward front pocket. Clarify that. Does your brain know that line? Try the other side. Breathe gently into the side that we need to do. Alternate. Less and less effort. Let the body move a little bit. Breathing is movement. Something's got to open. So let it move a little bit. Look where the constriction is. Are you constricted? Where is it? On this side we're about to do. Think front of shoulder and back pocket. Front of shoulder to back pocket. Travel through that line. Is it clear? Or is it vague? For me, it's like, it's sort of very cloudy in the middle. Back of shoulder to front pocket. I know where the two endpoints are, but it's not all there in between. Okay, so Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do the second side. Side bend on side 2. Use a pillow if you need to. Hands hold the head. It's a torso movement, okay? We're just closing up. We're doing the side bend. I have lots of videos on doing the side bend. It's not my movement. Thomas Hanna, I think he must have got it from Feldenkrais, and who knows where he got it from. But it's obvious. Whoever thought of this, they had a good idea, and it's such a perfect movement. You can push that lower side into the floor as firmly as you'd like. Really push that lower side into the floor. As you press down, well, what place pushes in? Is it those ribs, or is the side waist pushing into the floor? And open out of that easy. Easy, easy, easy. Slow it down, be in it. Be in it. Gentle, respect the limit, not a stretch. The brain won't learn from a stretch. Stretching confuses things. If you stretch a lot, try not stretching for a day and see what's tight. That's where you got to focus. That's what you have to teach. Teach your brain out of the problem. That. Less lift, more like pulling. Can that armpit pull? Can the ribs drag the armpit all the way down through into the body? Pull it into the body. The pelvis pulls into the body. There you go. Find your breathing. Lower, slow. Sometimes I find that just super slow, that's what helps me feel free. We're just opening really easy. Can every moment be a voluntary relax of that place? Can the brain know how to let it go? All the way down, easy, opening that swath, that paint roller stripe down the side of the body. Okay. Try hand on back of head. You could use both hands if you want, but hand on back of head. I'm right-handed, so this arm is really good at lifting that head. So use that lower hand if you need to. Back of shoulder pulls to front pocket of pants on that side. Pulling the pelvis back, okay, and I'm pushing the shoulder forward, and I'm doing the side bend. Oh, well, that's it. Well, how do those points come apart? Can the back of shoulder come away from front pocket? That's what we're doing. One more time. This is how I would do it. Elbow pushes down to lift the knees. Can I really pull that shoulder forward? As my front pocket goes back, shoulder goes forward, twisting side bend. There. Try that. That's more advanced, maybe. And we're opening out of that. Yeah. Now, as you're open, where is the taut line? That's the line we need to contract. Can you find that exact line? Really look at the geography of it. Can you find that exact line in the contraction? So when you're ready, breath in and closing it on up. Its shoulder comes forward and back pocket goes back a little bit. Tighten that place that was taut. How do you get that place involved? Can you be in voluntary control of that place? And open out of that. Can you teach that line to open? Little breath into the place maybe that doesn't know how to open. Okay. And we better do front of shoulder toward back pocket. Front of shoulder goes back as front pocket goes forward. Pulling through. Less lift. Can I think collarbone and front ribs pull to back pocket? Well, there, that's a good one. The X of the side. The X of the side. Shoulder goes forward as back pocket goes back. Just try that a little bit. Yeah, that. But I like what we're doing. Front of shoulder goes back, connecting to back pocket. Even take your hands and bring them together. and just freeze right there. Can you relax out of that? Is that a stiff line? Is that a line that's free? Front of shoulder to back pocket. Gentle on your neck, though. If your neck is sore, have the hands hold the head. I can just go like this. I can do the movement just like that. The hands are holding the head. My neck is relaxed here. It's front of ribs to back pocket. Go at your own pace. Lower down out of that. Okay. Let's just come back to the beginning. All right, here we are. Check in with yourself. In a way, you can look at yourself as two sides. So are the sides more relaxed? This is a more advanced version of the side bend. The X of the side. How is it to have the sides relaxed? What's still running? How's the tension down the back, the vertical line down the back? How's the vertical line down the front? Gentle breath into the side we just did. Let it open. Maybe hands behind head. Breathe one side open. And gentle breath just as gently to the second side. There you go. Was there a difference in the breathing ability between your two sides? And were you able to change it? That's my question to you. Is your system teachable? Which side needs more learning? Do you know the difference between your sides? I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com. Thank you for practicing with me today. Blessings on your journey.